So hello everyone. First of all, thank you for those of you who were able to show up live. There was a mix-up on the times, but everything happens for a reason, so I'm glad you could be here. This is a very significant class at a very significant time of ascension, and the opportunities based on this time or where we are in the shift and the magnificent work that you have done in your personal work and also in opening specifically the crystals of Sumer and Abyssinia in the last days allows us to take grand quantum leaps, bringing to fruition at this harvesting time of the fall, of the autumn I should say, a harvesting of the Surya transformed frequencies be activated in May with Katumi, with Mary Magdalene, and with Saint Germain. As we are ascending, there are aspects of the physical vehicle, certain veils that are now ready to be released to allow for grand quantum leaps emerging with the light bodies and atom cadmium templates. This is the function of this series. Each of you showing up for the session with the live or in the recording are warriors of the light, warrioresses of the light, and are taking grand ascensional steps. Each of you shall receive as you're guided by your higher self at the level you're ready to hold. There is no requirement to do more than you can handle, and yet the unlimited potentials of breaking through the veils or pushing through the barriers and of realigning into the freedoms of God Goddess, Anna. Another deep breath, please. And so there's really not much else I want to say before I step into channeling space. Please be curious, please be senior. There are many frequencies of restriction that we'll be releasing in this session as part of the openings. So be gentle with what's releasing. Say hold your grounding cord. Let it expand. Let the magnetic cords be turned on. Set your crown chakra to gold vibration of seniority. And allow that crown chakra to merge with your higher self in the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensions. Aligning with that seniority that already is becoming one with you in great frequential alignments will further flow in this class. Good. So with that introduction, I'm going to step into a channeling space. Mary Magdalene is going to come in with Jeshua and the Arcturians in the triad, and we'll take it from there. Blessings. Dearest beloved ones, we are a triad of Mary Magdalene, Jeshua, and Arcturian frequencies holding a step-down vibration of alignments with Atman in the Sirius blue vibrations that the Arcturians hold in a stepping down vibration in the 7th dimension. These Atmanic Sirius blue vibrations that we further introduced you to in the Fourier Transform class are crystallized further in a blue diamond vibration that we hold in the 7th dimension for you, in an aspecting the quartz alignments of quantum fields of redirection into the frequencies of freedom, of ascension for yourselves, free from the apparent restrictions of the game of karma that are releasing in your world. Another deep breath, please. These frequencies of blue diamond that we float through the dimensions and through your life by Zanam Katman tablets, through the axial and the axiation lines, through your spin points, and through the meridians, into your Christ matrix. Re-exalt you into a refurnishing of yourself, a refurbishment, into a knowingness of God Goddess, step down for you in a group consciousness held in the 7th dimension of a group higher self-alignment of great love and unity consciousness. Please allow these blue diamond vibrations to flow through the fractals of your Christed matrix, reigniting, re-exalting, and re-accomplishing that which has always been a great reunification into love and light. Please absorb as the diamond frequencies in great strength, brilliance, and quantum alignment flow through your Christ matrix. These blue diamond vibrations hold harmonics of frequential alignment into the group higher self vibration, not only in the 7th dimension, but in the higher dimensions as well, through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, depending on where you're ready to heal and integrate. These group vibrations, as a dispensation from Source, God, Goddess, Natman, step down to the Arcturians, are frequencies of freedom that allow you to, in this unity consciousness and love, to release residues of cellular programming, RNA, DNA programming that are part of every single vehicle since the fall, through all the lineages of distortions in the mitochondria and in the cells, of a sense of restriction, lack of permission, and lack of freedom. As these blue diamond vibrations flow through your Christed matrix, they re-exalt you, refurbish you, and prepare you to know yourselves as Atman in form. Another deep breath, please. The following sound tones, we, Mary Magdalene, Jeshua, and the Arcturians, activate these blue diamond frequencies through your unified field and through the vehicle. Dimbulishtali Muridamudidashtali Umbalo Ninashtalo Layaro Layarustaleya. And as deep breath, beloved, we are the Arcturians, assisting integration of the group higher self-alliance and frequential vibrational fields of harmonics to your Christian matrix. Another deep breath, please. As these harmonics flow through the essencings with crystalline alignment to Christ's matrix, please breathe in and exhale through the body, through the circulatory system, through the entire vehicle, activating cellular spins of freedom in the vehicle, harmonically aligning the vehicle into group higher self-alignment in the seventh dimension of unity consciousness and love, spinning the cells and the mitochondria into a freedom from the distortions of separation, of lack of permission, lack of freedom in your vehicle, of your birth body. No matter what your lineage is, please absorb for some moments. As these blue diamond frequencies flow, there's a grand upliftment of the vehicle to great radiance and freedoms. Those docking stations in the cells of mitochondria of the specific templates of the fall that have anchored these templates as part of the fall of the vehicle at a lineage RNA DNA level are being healed and released so that the templates of the fall that we will heal with Jeshua in some moments can simply fall away, allowing for great mergings, the light body and Adam Katman right now, beloveds. Another deep breath, please. Please breathe through any releasings, allowing it to fall away down your grounding. In the distinguishing features of self-rediscovery, self-reatmanization, and self-group consciousness alignment, there is a brilliance in this diamond essencing that returns to you a crowning and reglorying into the God-Goddess vibration. These freedoms in the dispensation from source in the unity consciousness of love of the seventh dimension higher dissolve illusions of separation and the stories of such in the RNA and DNA as these freedoms now anchor. May the Arcturians step back in this triad as Yeshua comes forward to heal specific templates of the fall of consciousness in your vehicles. Another deep breath, please. My dearest beloved ones, I am Yeshua. It's a great joy that brings through these miraculous healings and freedoms for you. And as you ground them and hold them, you open the templates and push the barriers for all at this grand time of ascension. In the first piece, beloveds, we bring through a healing for fear frequencies held in every vehicle since the fall. A fear of punishment, a fear of retribution, for claiming the God-Goddess vibration, for claiming the ability to shift the game and the holograph and your vehicles. This alignment of fear very much docked and held, not only by the cells of mitochondria, but in the central column, in all the chakras, and all the meridians and nadis, silting the vehicle like a graininess so that the graininess could not allow for, in the filming, a direct reconnection between the light bodies and the level you're holding to integrate at this time. Another deep breath, please. As I focus your attention, please notice the mitochondria of your cells in the RNA DNA spinning in the regality of God-Goddess in the blue diamond vibration, spinning in alignment with the freedom vibrations of the cells from the blue diamond vibrations of group consciousness. As the mitochondria spin, they create a spinning out of the hook ends of these frequencies of fear throughout the vehicle, expunging, releasing, and forevermore claiming the freedom that is now. Another deep breath, please. As these fear frequencies move out at a cellular level, I, Yeshua, work with your higher selves, including group higher self alignments, work to clear those specific wirings of fear that you were connected with at the time of the fall, including all those wirings of karma that flow through there, and energies of magnetics, showing you throughout the central column, chakras, meridians, and the loopings through the unified field. Please absorb for some moments the following frequency of language of love and light. I activate this healing for each of your beloveds. Ola Maya De La Visvayo Mae Ola Misha Dandolila Yamustaro Seyamalaya. Another deep breath, beloveds, as these frequencies release all those memories of pain, punishment, fear of retribution, for displaying your strength, your vigor, your gifts. Dissolve not only in the karmic level, but at this fall of conscious template level that is been held by the RNA and DNA of your lineage and of your birth body. Continue to absorb. In these dimensional shiftings into group consciousness, in these freedoms from the fear of retribution or punishment, there is now a grand further realignment and integration of the light bodies and Adam Kadmon temples. You working with those where before were the siltings, the meridians, the chakras and the central column held back this direct connection into the RNA DNA, the harmonics of group love that you've anchored in the mitochondrial cells, the cells, the spinnings of freedom. Now connect the cells and mitochondria to your light bodies and Kadmon unlimitedly. Please absorb and unify your field as the light bodies and Adam Kadmon temples, those you work with, those integrate into the vehicle further. Tishramo lila o svaila muste imalo naila ullo ya. Another deep breath, please. And so it is, beloved ones, this healing is successful. In the second healing that I bring for you, there are aspects of unworthiness at the level of the fall of consciousness template that sit not only in the will and power centers, the third chakra, and the throat, and in the esophagus, but also in the frequencies of alignment in the crown, in the earth star, and through the flight of light frequencies held in the spine nervous system, the tailbone, and the frequencies of the medulla. Another deep breath, please. The love and self-love frequencies of your heart from the seventh dimension in unique consciousness, which knows unconditional love, flows through into the cells and mitochondria and through the centers of fear, survival, fight or flight, including all the chakras, the will and power centers, the spine, the nervous system, the tailbone, the neck, the medulla, bringing a great healing as those templates of the fall of consciousness, of unworthiness, undeservability to claim God, Goddess, and the Ascension dissolve in the vibrations of the blue diamond love alignment, the blanketing of your vehicle in your individual programming at the fore is being unblanketed, dissolved, brought into a healing, so that the films of distortion, of unworthiness, of shame, blame, guilt, of victim, persecutor, and rescuer, of fear, can move away. Those shroudings can be dissolved, and the resurrection that is now further becomes one with you. Continue to absorb it. Like a gymnast, you are taking acrobatic quantum leaps to Fourier transform, aligning you quantumly into who you have always been. As these vibrations of unworthiness dissolve, the great love of your higher self merges with you to the light bodies of Adam Katma. Unconditional love, overriding any lack of permission, any unworthiness, to claim fortunation, freedom, peace, fulfillment, any sense of distraction held in the wirings of the fall of consciousness at the cellular level, lineage level, and all the karmic residues dissolves. Leila ho swalela, de morishta lela, valora ela, ela. Another deep breath, please. In the radiances of self-redefinition, the redefinitions into Atmanic God Goddess consciousness, and in the freedoms that are now, you are aligning into God Goddess. Please allow in the love of your self-love as the unworthiness dissolves. Please allow for the Kundalini to expand further and the Ark of the Covenant to expand further in great love and self-love. In the easing with this love of all vituperations, distortions, and pains, the restrictions, the sense of nervousness, of fear, of fragility, dissolving as you push through the veils of ascension. Allow you to further in this love integrate the light bodies in Adam Katma. Please allow for your higher self to integrate further to the unified field. Please absorb the symbol. As your consciousness of freedom expands in a knowingness, in the original templates of multidimensionality, in yourselves, remembered through the blue diamond frequencies, in the very successful healings that we have brought. There is now a grand upliftment of the way available as a dispensation from Source. Another deep breath, please. I, Yeshua, merge with Mary Magdalene and the Arcturians. Now bring through, beloved ones, a healing and a releasing of a general veil at the fall, put forward for every being who experienced the fall and carries the lineage of every lineage, a general veil of lack of permission to exit the game of karma. This veil at the very core of the fall is now released as you have undocked the blue diamond, all vestiges of connection points in the releasing of fear and of unworthiness of this veil. Please allow it to release now as I work with Mary Magdalene, the Arcturians, and the collective light in your higher selves, including its darkings in the crown and in the earth star. Namo Nistramo Nahalisto Moestamosi Linda Yustramo Linda Reistrosi Linustale Lam Mustaro Istramolasi Indistilixtromina Purindusa Elastromono Stala Mostralilaha Eundrile Mustrali Stromaha. May the Arcturian stepping down God Goddess vibrations on behalf of the Elohim and Source. Activate your vehicles now into this grand freedom as the veils have dissolved and a grand alignment in the harmonics and musical streams of your soul songs anchored further in great radiances. Please absorb. In the harmonics of love and of group consciousness that are now flowing even further in great radiance and brilliance in your fields, there is a merging in this love into the high dimensional higher self, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, where you are able to hold and you're being guided by your higher self and your guides by Christ's light. Allow these frequencies of group consciousness to anchor within the unified field and your consciousness of freedom. In these frequencies of group love, unconditional love, judgment dissolves, including self-judgment. Love for the self expands, and love for the higher self, including group higher self, twin flames, group soulmates, expands, allowing you to expand the magnetics of working in co-creation in form to create the cities of light. Continue to absorb, beloveds. And so it is, beloved ones, we honor you for this very successful expansion and freedom from the fall of consciousness, opening the pathways to hold a balanced God-Goddess vibration in divine feminine masculine at new levels in your vehicle. As we have prepared the birth body now to expand into God-Goddess, pushing through and bursting through the barriers of the residues of the veils of fall of consciousness, as available to be healed now in your holograph. Please go ahead first, beloved ones, and ground these frequencies to ground and go to Gaia's Christ matrix. Consciously grounding this permission set and freedom set to Gaia to float through the ley lines as El Shaddai frequencies in the fire lattice of Source, shifting the holograph into the permissions for ascension for all, as we so choose. As these frequencies flow, Gaia's energy expands in great radiance, and a laughter is heard through the dimensions when with the elementals as the bodying begins. A laughter of joy, of great celebration, of going home, of coming home, of being one with what has always been. Another deep breath, please. As the templates are now set for freedom, as the bridging piece for the next class, Mary Magdalene comes forward now. My dearest beloved ones, I am Mary Magdalene. In these fantastic re-emboldenments of God-Goddess, there are many old residues of woundings releasing. I bring through a pink vibration of the divine feminine from the seventh dimension of group consciousness, stepping down a group vibration of healing and love, the divine feminine, flowing through your Christ matrix and through your unified field. Please absorb for some moments. These pink vibrations of the divine feminine soothe you. They cradle you, healing inner child woundings across all experiences in form and fall, judgment, separation, rejection, unworthiness, fear, survival, allowing for those woundings and magnetics to be brought into great love and healing of the divine feminine, cradling you in the arms of the mother. As these vibrations soothe you, the residues of the fear at the level of birth, at the placenta level, any residue and attachment to the stories of the birth body and the fall dissolve in this milk of magnesia, so to speak, that allows you to repeat into the love of all and the truth of the flow of all that connects all, the quartz crystalline limes, the blue diamond, and the pink frequency of the pink diamond across all there is, to the Fourier transform in his quantum leaps, beloved Jinnahs in form. And so it is, beloveds. Be gentle with yourselves. We are smoothing the energies for each of you, and we see the transition and integration being eased, allowing you to step into the class, divine feminine sanctity of your time. Frequencies for a few days now, as beloved Sharik has been holding them. So allow yourself to know all is on track and the integration will be smooth. And so, beloved, beautiful beings of light, beloved soul family, I honor you for your beingness, for your fortitude, courage, and strength, for this is who you are. And so it is, beloved ones, we will follow up and continue in the divine feminine class. Many blessings. I, Mary Magdalene, I, Jeshua, and be the Arcturians. Now withdraw on behalf of the collective light. We honor this rebirthing and freedom that is now, and so it is. Hello everyone, this is Sharik. I'm back. In these quantum leaps, there are specific turnings, you might say like a dance of, I'm seeing it's 90-degree turns where it's like a spiraling up and it's a movement, an arabesque that creates a fulfillment from the larger perspective as you make your individual swivelings and turns in the spiralings of a grand group arabesque as each soul continues to swivel up into a grand reawakening of all. As the crescendos of the music of your souls flows and reconnects and creates the music of the harmonies of group souls. So it is then the clarion calls of freedom flow across the hologram and awaken many as the days unfold. And so it is with these words that I'm going to bring this class to completion and open the lines for any comments and questions. Again, thank you to you for showing up. Blessings. Hello, the lines are open.
Shara, could you go into it a little more about the 90-degree turns bringing the transformations?
Well, I'm looking at it right now. It's both a metaphor, but it's also I'm seeing a specific, the right angle, the 90-degree turn. It's a specific geometry being used to override the programmings of the holograph of the fall. It has very specific applications with the right angle. For the right angle triangle is a source of the basis for the hypotenuse of sine and cosine. And those are sine and cosine waves that create the basis for the Fourier transform, reminding you of that class where each now moment, each experience is made up of a mosaic of experience particles. Those particles are made up of sine and cosine waves, sort of the choice of the particular mosaic you created for this experience, this now moment, based on all timelines. So the 90-degree turns are specific access points to higher timelines by accessing the field of sine and cosine waves that activate and work through the Fourier transform for those templates of patternings of the mosaics that create your now moments, allow you to switch timelines quantumly. That's what I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I hope you are all doing well and absorb with ease. We will pick up on Saturday the divine feminine frequencies. Very significant releasings from what I've been shown for the last few days. Very significant indeed. Anyone else? Good. Well, thank you all for being here, and I will speak to you on Saturday. Blessings.
Thank you very much, Shara.
Thank you. Blessings.